Hi, Bible Church family. I wanted to let you know that beginning next Sunday, May the 3rd, there will be a new equipping hour class titled Psummer in the Psalms. And over the next 15 weeks, Paul Hamline, Mike Metters, and I will be teaching through select psalms that intentionally focus on themes pertaining to the Christian faith, including confession, repentance, trust, and assurance. Why a study on the Psalms? Well, the book of Psalms reveals how the people of God turn to Yahweh in the full range of life experiences. And the Psalms continue to serve as a richly expressive model for how we too can and should respond to God in our own present-day circumstances. Written by men from the perspective of life and covenant with God, the Psalms are meant to aid us by reminding us primarily of God's attributes, that He is faithful, reliable, forgiving, and so much more. Moreover, the reformer John Calvin is right in stating that the Psalter is an anatomy of all the parts of the human soul, that there's not an emotion of which we are not aware and conscious that's not represented in them. And so one of the many values of the Psalms is that we can vicariously place ourselves into the experience of the psalmist. Whatever the situation, whatever we are feeling or experiencing, there are representative psalms with which we can deeply relate and which provide us with precious, godly insight and instruction for our hearts and lives. Suffice to say, the Psalms help teach us how we are to pray, how we are to live rightly before God, and how we are to worship God even in the midst of these trying circumstances of our life. They remind us of the privileged and free access that we also enjoy with God, such that in these times we can lay our burdens at our Father's feet, and we can also openly confess of our many sins before His gracious presence. And they also serve as spiritual buoys, if you will, helping to rightly chart the course of our lives and even safeguarding our faith from spiritual shipwreck. And so let me invite you to please join with us beginning next Sunday at 9 a.m. as we consider and meditate on these specific Psalms together, ones that demonstrate the essence of the Christian walk, and Lord willing, that will help refine our faith and deepen our trust in the Lord.